start out on the journey to be a parent, you have an idea that it's going to be a certain way. And that whole journey takes a huge Y, and the road splits off in a different direction that you didn't even know was there. Suddenly, you were given the opportunity to go down that side of the road.
It's life, it happens. You're shocked, but you don't have time to be shocked, if that makes sense. And you're reaching out to the doctors and different organizations to try to get help as a family. So we've come a long way and been through a lot, but there's a lot of people that are handicapped or special needs that have gone through a lot worse situations than we've been through and have it really, really hard.
About 30 years ago, Martha and I met. She was a dishwasher at Texas Women's University, and I was her boss. And she was living in an apartment with her boyfriend. And her boyfriend passed, and she went into a host home setting and was abused, and came out of that and had serious behavior, so nobody wanted her, and she came to live with me. And she's been with me ever since.
I guess I would start by talking about what it was like in, growing up in high school, where, there was the special kids and there was everybody else, special ed and, us, the regular kids. And that was the way life was for a long time until God put our son in my life, and I realized that, the separation thing is artificial and frankly unnecessary.
Growing up with a brother with disabilities, it was always, we were his eyes and ears and his voice. I remember sitting in the Board of Education meetings with my mom because we were both advocating for Al.
So I think I realized how unaware I was. I knew that it was out there, but how much work families and those with disabilities really have to put in to do the simplest of things. With someone who was unable to walk, with someone who had sensitivity to light or sound. And so I think it's really put a different perspective in my lens.
I guess it's scary right off the bat when you first find out, because there's a lot of things in the world that are not right for Chelsea or for our daughter. Just with the disabilities, people don't know how to really treat them or react around them.
Over the years, we've called her our blessing because she has the most wonderful outlook and the most positive outlook on life and sees good in everyone. And so, but there are those challenges because she's 28 years old, and at that age, you expect your child to be grown, getting married, having families of their own. She still lives at home with us, and so we still have to worry about caregiving at times when we would like to do something as a couple.
It's amazingly rewarding. It can be tiring. It can be frustrating, but for the most part, overall, it's really, really cool. We have a good time together. It's taken us a long time, but we have a good bond. And I think you like me all right, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
What else to say?
But it's really...
I count money, but I don't know how to count. I just say 5, 10, 15, 20.
It's as fun as you make it. It really is.
I think my biggest fear as a parent is my child being discriminated against. Unfortunately, when he wheels in a room, and he's cute, but people see the wheelchair, is that people won't be able to see past his disability and get to see how gifted he also is.
It does keep me up at night. What happens when I'm not here?
For my family, the biggest fear, we were not promised life, we were promised the opposite. So every day for us was literally a battle of life and death. Every day that we faced was another day that hadn't been promised, and another day that we, really just had no idea how we were going to get through.
I guess every parent realizes they're one day not going to be there for their kid. When you have a special needs kid, I think that's amplified.
what's going to happen to us after we're gone.
Yeah, when she outlives us, we're lucky in the fact we have a lot of family on both sides. So we know Ashley will be taken care of properly. But there are kids out there that don't have anybody.
My biggest fear as a parent is if I'm not here. That's the hardest thing. If I'm not here, who's gonna care for my child? I'm sorry. And I know Bridges has a goal that in the future, our kids will have a place. If something happens to me, they will have love, care, and a home to where they can continue with their friends, being a successful part of a community, not being shut away.
What would happen if something happened to me? Well, where would she go?
I'm not gonna die.
No, what if I did?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's our biggest fear.
I don't want to talk about it, okay?
Okay.